Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am PANCZASU and welcome back to my Drakken tutorial slash playthrough. As usual there are things to do, but this time around it's even more critical than it usually is. Because I do need to declare war on somebody in order to gain the dust refinery, which I really want to have. As you can see, it costs me 531 cents to get this research, and right now I'm only outputting 184, so I'm saving myself a bunch of turns to get a very powerful and desirable technology. If I have to go to war with someone to gain it, so be it. Now, who am I going to go to war with? That would probably actually be the Wild Walkers. Yes, they are right now. They probably have the scariest military if I were to look at the military status. They are the most powerful ones and the voters are the weaker ones, but of course it does not matter. Right now my military is subpar in every way. I haven't even been really trying to create a worthwhile military, of course. Only strong enough to deal with the minor factions, and even if I did try my best, I would be more or less maybe around here. You cannot compete with endless AI's military strength because they have just too many levels. What you need to do is have competitive but significantly weaker military that you exploit in such a way that you avoid the enemy's main army and take out key cities before he can retaliate and then force him into a peace. That's what you want to do, and that is the only, maybe not the only tactic you can use against endless AI, but it's one of the ones I like the most because of how cost efficient it is. Now, however, if we look at population, you can see that I'm still definitely within the top ranks. I mean, only voters have more pop than I do, and I am about to start settling a bit more heavily soon, so it's all not that bad. Diplomacy, however, it's interesting because I'm starting to think that, you know, I only have 15% diplomatic. I'm most certainly not gonna get the diplomatic victory, but maybe I could try. Like, is that a bad thing? I don't think it is. We could try to see how close we can get to diplomacy victory. So, taking that into account, I don't think I want to go to war with the voters anytime soon. And other mages, well, they are kind of an easy target and they do have good cities. I may want to kill them at some point. So, I'm not sure if I want to send a peace treaty with the other mages, but I wouldn't say no to being peaceful with the Mezari, because they actually even want peace, so maybe I can get something out of this ordeal as well. Now, of course, some things that are very advanced, like Boros Guild or Nutrition Chemistry, way up where in the 4th era, yeah, I'm not gonna get that. Imperial Founding, yeah, I cannot even get Hyperion yet. But some things will be cheaper and I'll be able to get it. So, for example, Army Manual, that's not useful because I have no Hyperion. Dust Refinery I'm about to get. Plant Factory is not bad, but I used all my, you know what, already Palladium on it, so that's not exactly what I need. Bread and Circus is amazing, but AI knows this and it values it greatly. So there are some technologies I kind of want, but it looks like they are all very expensive to get. Instead, I could try to get something instead. Mithrite, oh, that's good to know that they have Mithrite. But no, I'm not gonna get Mithrite. Why? I'm about to have a ton of myself. Let's get some of their dust, actually, why not? I might be able to get a decent amount of dust for peace treaty. 500 is too much. What about 200? I can actually go a little bit higher, 250. That's a little bit too much again, but still, even if I gain 241 dust from just sending a peace treaty with them, that's pretty nice. And it allows me to get some nice things in the future. I can also even give them titanium, but that costs a bit of influence that I maybe would like to save, and this titanium, I don't want them to have, in all honesty. Because they are Mezari, they really like their strategic resources. So let's make peace with them, and as for you, I mean, yeah, they don't really like me too much, do they? I can force declare war, but I don't think I will do that now. Anyway, there is that done, and that's gonna give me some extra diplomatic points, and as well it's gonna give me a bit of more dust, which, like I said, I do want to have. It's not a big deal, so it's about to gain dust refineries, but still, it's useful. Let's go ahead and kill those boss, and then I'll need to kill the Kazandri again, because they did respawn, the bastards. And then I'll need to kill the boss that I saw when I loaded the game marching down south to probably besiege my city and be very annoying. But yeah, it's not like I can do much about it. So first to kill the boss, then I'll kill the Kazandri, then I'll hunt down the boss again. So you will go ahead and be killed, easy peasy. Oh, actually they're gonna reinforce. That's very nice, because I'll kill everybody Well, not everybody. I'll kill the roaming army and I'll be closer to killing the city, or rather the minor faction village as well, which is good and fine by me. Now, Udir says you are on your way to somewhere. If I believe correctly, they are going to clear some areas, so that's very nice. I think I'm good enough to understand, actually, and I'm about to enter Area 3 as well, which is not really a remarkable achievement, but it is a achievement that I'm gonna get. Allow me to take a sip of juice now, as you listen to the epic music. I love juice so much. And this isn't the juice that you can buy at the stores that I'm drinking right now. It's homemade juice. Extraordinarily dense. I actually have to bite it. Believe it or not, that's how dense this juice is. But it's so delicious, and it's so good for my throat as well, you have no idea. With it, I could talk literally forever, I believe. I'll turn into a skeleton and still be capable of speech. That's how good this juice actually is. Anyway, finish my research. Of course, that pumped me and got me up to Area 3. And I also got some wine, which is nice. I'll be able to buy some extra now and hopefully make all my cities happy, which is now a big issue for me. Heroes leveled up everywhere, but most importantly, I want to see what luxuries I have. Moonleaf and Blood Crystal. Blood Crystal, not too bad, not that amazing either for me. Usually Blood Crystal is priceless because it increases your attack, but I don't have a lot of attack to begin with. That said, since I will be using Kazanji in my armies, Blood Crystal could be useful. Now, I also have Moonleaf. That's because I have barely any science output to begin with, that's not gonna be super useful, but it's nice to have it, I guess, so I'll keep it. As for Strategic, what do you have? Adamantian and no Palladian whatsoever. That is a problem. I was really hoping for Palladian, but Adamantian will be good enough, especially since I have so much of it. I can really create an army filled with Adamantian weaponry and equipment, which is what I'll try to do. So, step number 1, get all the Adamantian I can. Actually, step number 1 would be to level up my heroes. So, you finish off your Impassioned Preacher, because it's rather important. And you get your first level of Impassioned Preacher, because it's also really important. So those two guys are done. Production is done in some places, and I have some more production to do in Consigliere. That's nice, so let's go ahead and prepare for that. So, I cannot make up a bar of streets. I actually do not have enough population, annoyingly enough. So what I am going to do instead, well, annoyingly enough, Consigliere also does not have access to Adamantium, but this region has Palladian, which I kinda want. It's not the best region to colonize, but then again it also contests the other mages, which, you know, just to annoy them. I already like the idea of this, but if I were to settle here, that would be some rough going, in all honesty. I think I can wait. I already have problems with approval as is, and I want to colonize this region and perhaps some other regions too, so I am not in a big rush to gain extra Palladian. I can run a successful empire without it, even though it is very useful. So what do I do in Consigliere? I think I'll go ahead and create the lumber mill, since at some point I would make it anyway. And I'll try to work on gaining more pop as quickly as possible. I cannot get in one turn though, no matter what I do. So instead let's focus a bit more on industry production and make myself a conscription center, and this will be it for the time being. And as soon as I get to 8 pop, base pop at the very least, I'll be able to make extra district right here, and the city will start becoming self-sufficient in terms of approval, which is pretty effing nice if you ask me. Now let's go ahead and murder, not Pally. Let's murder those boss. Oh come on, they spawned more? Really? Those bastards, it will take me forever to kill them. Of course it's not really true, but it will take me quite some time. The Wild Walkers still having some problems with Kazanji. Let's have a peek. Are they still being besieged? No, they have managed to break the siege, which is really annoying in all honesty, but I guess I'll have to deal with that. I got me some wine, which is nice. I don't quite have enough. I need to have 10 more because I did make another city after gaining this quest, which is maybe a bit of a dumb decision, but it's not that bad. I can buy wine, it's fairly cheap. And gaining 10 wine is gonna set me back 133 dust. I did gain dust from Mazari, so I'm completely fine with that. Let's buy the wine, and I'm kinda happy. I am not gonna buy stockpiles, it's completely not worth it. I mean, science stockpiles are... no, I mean, for 25 science, of course, they're not worth it, but if they were better, they would be a bit tempting because of how far in terms of science I am. They're selling Aqua Wings! Ah, interesting indeed. Ankle wings are very powerful, but the thing is, I would rather have my own units because of how ridiculous I can make them be. This ankle wing is level 3, and with my ability it will take me forever to level it up higher, so it is not very useful. That said, revive ability does soak up a lot of damage from the AI fire, so it is useful to have them, and they are very good precision killers. So I could think about it. Heroes, of course, are too expensive, but that's to be expected. Science-wise, I'm gonna get that very quickly, because like I said, I'll do my best to get it. What do I need desperately though? Like, even though I really like and want Era 2, there are some things I have to get in Era 3 ASAP. One is probably going to be breads and circuses, because I already have a lot of problems with happiness, and they're gonna get even worse once I expand, and I need to expand, so this is something I need to work on. Wine will give me some time on this, and it takes me only 3 turns to research this thing, so instead I'm going to focus on gaining access to gathering adamantium. I need to start mining adamantium as soon as possible because I need to be able to use adamantium armor really badly. So I'll do that, and this is going to take me 3 turns, so then I guess I'll work on bread and circuses and then armors. And my apologies. Anyway, I like the idea of that. Meanwhile, what was it? What else was I supposed to do? It had something to do with science, I believe. Ah, war? No, not that. It was something else I really needed to... Oh yeah, activate the wine booster. That's what I was supposed to do. It has nothing to do with science per se. And also include the fact that Happy Empire gives me more science, but other than that, that has nothing to do with this. Anyway, there's that done. My armies do need to keep on moving, because I do need to kill the Erekis nearby, and maybe scout around a little bit more, because you never know, this region could be amazing, and it's easy to grab it as well, so there is that. And I need to create some more settlers soon enough. In fact, as soon as I'm done with the central markets, I'll start pumping out settlers in the most food-efficient cities, so let's have a quick look at what it is. Consigliere, again, bestie ever MVP, but I will not be using Consigliere to spawn more settlers, just because I want to grow its borough streets, so making settlers not what I want to do there. Godfather, amusingly enough, is actually really good when it comes to food, but I also want to grow it. But maybe I will use Godfather for food. I could also use Capo. I think I'll use both Capo and Godfather together to get my extra settlers. It's not a bad idea. Oh, I didn't rename Zigor. How do I name that? I am not too sure. How about expensive suits? Oh, I can only fit in expensive. Alright, he'll be expensive then. Expensive, it goes so well with so many things. Expensive extortion mechanics. What? That doesn't make any sense. Expensive sunglasses, that's more like it. Expensive... I don't even know. I'm really bad when I need to think. I mean, not necessarily when I need to think like about anything, but I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I'm just bad. Anyway, demons attacking me. They're helping their fellow boss brethren, which is really annoying, but hey, I'll deal with that. Thankfully, other Kazanji are trying to attack the city, which I'm completely fine and okay with. So, yeah, that I'll have to auto battle, and I don't know why you think it's so bad. Oh wow, I did lose a Drakken. A level 4 at that. Oh, that's annoying. I'll need to do something about that, won't I? Yeah, what I need to do, well, I was going to wait a bit longer, but now it's about time. I mean, first things first. Obviously, I'm going to retrofit my Drakkenlings a little bit more, but nothing more major than that. But what I do need to do is give my demon some better equipment. I do want to give him adamantium stuff, but since right now I don't have it, I'm just gonna give him the best iron stuff I can get my hands on. Now, unfortunately, this guy does not level up as fast as my main army. This is a problem. So what I need to give him... I do care about percentage of attack, I think, especially with my hero in there as well. It is quite expensive, 18 industry, let's think about that. 10% defense, you don't have a lot of defense, but it does give you more initiative, so I like that, I like the initiative. I think I'll take extra damage, I mean, yeah, it is extra attack actually, not damage. And as for this, sweep strike back, or instead even more initiative with ranged slayer. I like the idea of ranged slayer, it's gonna work very well against the wild walkers. It does have less attack, I mean less damage though. And it gives me more initiative, but initiative will not help me, I'll still be below wild walkers even with that. Yeah, 45 initiative will not be enough, I can guarantee. But ranged slayer 4, that's extra 50% damage. So that this would be like, what, 60 70-ish damage, as opposed to, yeah, it's better against Wild Walkers, so I'll keep with this kind of setup. Those guys are very expensive now, though. I think I'll get rid of... No, that's extra attack. I do need to be able to hit the enemy, won't I? And this gives me extra initiative, which I don't really care about that much, so I get rid of that. What I can give myself is sharp sense, I guess, so that they don't die instantly. Is that really efficient? It has extra 40% defense. How much does it cost again? That costs, let's have a quick check, 48. That is too much, but what I can give myself is show obsolete, extra circlets, and tier 1 talisman for improved movement, so they can fly to the enemy position right away. It also gives me extra initiative, which I don't really care about, obviously. So there's that done. Let's apply the changes, and I'll start making some of those guys somewhere. Like, Consigliera is actually not a bad candidate. It's very far away from the action, but I can start making those guys over here and making them at a relatively fast pace because of how awesome Consigliera is. So let's do just that, and let's move all my population into industry production. And this still will not be enough. Those guys are costly, man. They really, really are. And that's why I don't like using minor faction units too much. I prefer using like my own faction units sometimes, especially when I'm Drakken. Also, I forgot to change your leggings, so I'll do that. Thank you very much. Do I need anything else? No, you're not worth it. Not really, at the very least. I could give those guys some extra defense from ranged attacks, though. And given the fact that they have so much yeah, you know what? I'll make them more expensive, but I'll give them sharp sense free, I think. So now it's really difficult to kill them from afar. And as for improved movement, in combat, maybe? That is 24 industry. I'm making them very expensive now, 185, but they're pretty tough to kill, because again they are Drakken links, obviously. Yeah, let's apply those changes and work on that as well. So I'll get one demon for experimentation purposes, I guess, and then make some extra Drakken links as well. So there's that done. Where are the Drakken links that I sent down south? You change of plans, go back north, since I need to reinforce my hero army, which is apparently suffering now. But do please kill the boss once and for all, because those guys deserve to die. Finally, thank you very much. I failed the quest. Oh no, I'm so sad and whatnot. Now let's go over here and sit on this tower, I guess. Oh no, I'll sit on this tower so that those guys cannot possibly besiege my city, if they will, even if they will try. So there's that done. Some battles were had. This guy is next to the watchtower. But it's unupgraded, so no, it does. Even unupgraded watchtowers give you a bit of extra health regen, so that's nice. I'll get my health regen. Anything else I need? Oh yeah, there are some structures, cities that are not producing anything at this point in time. So Capo does have a lot of food growth now, but I think I want to continue with the Borough Streets for the time being. Although no, Capo is the city that was inefficient with that to begin with, so I will let it grow, since it's about to grow anyway, I think. In the meantime, I'll work on giving it something that takes only 110 if possible. I don't think I'll find anything like this. Although, if I move or pop into industry production, then let's see, that's 2 10s, 2 10s, 110 for those things, but they're not useful though. And when it comes to troops, that also takes several 10s. Justiciars are 110, but obviously they're bad. I could make this watchtower. It's not the most efficient use, but I might as well. Or alternatively, I can get some extra science from this area. And still make it watchtower, because it is actually kinda useful-ish. To gain extra vision, why not? Let's go ahead and grab it. Meanwhile, in Underboss, I'm going to go ahead and plop down another Borough Street, I think. I could, but yeah, I mean, I could do that. Alternatively, I can walk on Conscription Center, which I think it's kinda important actually right now. Maybe. Yeah, let's get Conscription Center. If I need to make some units over here, I'll be ready. So that's important. 5 population growth. That's not too bad. Yeah, let's keep it at 5. I do like this idea. Anything else I need or have to take care of or want to take care of? It doesn't look this way. Oh, come on, there's one boss still alive? You bastard. And I cannot possibly reinforce this area. So, in Godfather, where I'm supposed to make my cellars, I think I'll make one Drakken link first. And I'll try to make it faster, maybe? As long as it doesn't cost me population time. It does actually cost me population time now. Yeah, I need population more than I need Drakken links. Besides, soon enough the city will be ecstatic because of central markets, so this will give me some extra production. So I might be able to make a Drakken link after all fast enough. Anyway, let me drink a bit more juice. So delicious. You guys have no idea how good this juice is. And hi there, Coyote Warriors. This is the kind of army I'll have to deal with. So firstly, we have the Tenai Walkers. They are obviously extraordinarily scary and tough, and in general they are absolute beasts. They hit like trucks, especially in forest styles. 2 range units, it could be worse, and then there are Rumblers. They do have beams and stuns, which is a bit of a problem if I have to be entirely honest with you. The initiative is 0, so if I stun lock them it would be good enough. And actually, now that I look at it, Tenai Walkers also have low initiative. So I could act before them with my demons if I gave them more initiative, but I don't really care. I actually think I'll still be able to act before them with my demons. I'm not too sure. And something is on the sea. Oh, for crying out loud, I knew this is gonna happen. I did. I said it's gonna happen. So anyway, yeah, Drakken Link is gonna be done in 110 as expected because the city is now ecstatic. So that's nice. I could instead get one more pop in the next turn, but no, let's work on the Drakken Link. Let's go ahead, make sure that it's ready as soon as possible, like so. I like this, and there's no conscription center in here yet, but what I want to do more than anything is probably get a bit more Borough Street coverage, because it does pay for itself with the happiness because of the Mitochondria or whatever it's called. And then I can start creating a more efficient line. So let's start working on that. And yeah, keep growing the city. And then I will need to work on conscription centers and the likes as well. So there is that. You dear sir, you... Oh, I need to declare war on the Wild Walkers right now. Ooh. That's not the ideal time. I could declare it on somebody else, but I'm also afraid of other people. Like, other mages are still scary, even if they're not as scary as Wild Walkers. How much do people like me? Wild Walkers are unafraid, those guys are leery, but I cannot do anything because we have a truce. That's a problem. Huh, I do need to declare this war. That is a fact. So let's finish my movement with the other armies first. Like this place doesn't have roads yet, that's why it takes so long for me to actually move around. Capo finished doing whatever it was doing, so let's start working on the settlers, like so. Make sure I can get them as soon as possible, which is still gonna take a fair bit, apparently. Alright, then with the remaining people work on science, I guess. Won't hurt. Though alternatively I can work exclusively on industry, overkill it, and then start working on another settler ASAP, which is also not a bad idea, in my opinion, so let's think about that. Consigliere is doing its stuff. It's with the demon I'll easily be able to kill the Ericus, I think. And that's it. Oh, I almost ended my turn. Who did I kill? I'll need to think about this. I don't want to bore you, so I'll pause the video guys for a second. Alright, so I have thought about this quite extensively. So here's the situation. I cannot really declare war on the other mages because we have a truce as it is. So it's either a choice between the Voters or the Wild Walkers. Now, out of the two, I want Voters to be my friends more than I want the Wild Walkers to be my friends. Why? Because Wild Walkers are already in the winning game. I mean, look at their cities and the regions and the power that they wield. Score-wise, obviously they're miles ahead of me. That's to be expected. They are endless AI. But they are also ahead of every other AI player. So, if I declared war on the Voters, AI would be crazy and start sending troops my way or something. Which, again, I could force truce, but I want to make sure that Voters feel like they are relieved, and I want to mess with the Wild Walkers AI more. It doesn't matter too much, however, because either way next turn I'll force a truce. So, declaration of war right away, bam. Sorry guys, I don't want to do this, but you know, quest is good. And then I'll move my army backwards, so that it isn't instantly killed by this Tenai Walker. I don't think it can make it to Cat instantly, I really doubt so. Now, I am moving this army to the east because soon enough I want to actually declare war on the other mages, because I need to start taking territory if I want to have a chance of winning this game. And other mages are the weakest link, so they are the ones that I'll need to try and attack. So yeah, this quest will now be fulfilled, which is nice. By the way, if you're wondering, I cannot immediately declare forced truce on Wild Walkers. This quest would not actually succeed if I were to do that, because technically speaking I did two things in the same turn that cancelled each other out. Ergo, by the end of the turn I will still had no war. That's the way the game sees it, and I will not be able to fulfill this quest. So anyway, got my dust refinery, that's amazing. And now those guys like me a little bit more, which is nice. It will allow me to trade with them a little bit more efficiently as well, which is absolutely great. Now, as for you, this sir, please... Zero? I meant hero, or sir, I'm not sure. Both, probably. So, I can force truce on wild walkers right away. But I do have vision over where they can come from. So, only force truce if I see that they're making a beeline to cat. Before I see them coming in, I'll stay at war with them, because, as I said, it distracts the military, gives more breathing room to the voters, and makes them more competitive with each other, whereas otherwise voters would be probably wiped out soon enough. Maybe not completely wiped out, but they would be in a bad spot and again feed into the Wild Walker supremacy, which I am not a big fan of. Anyway, let's murder the last boss remnant. Like so, go away you filthy bastard, that's nice. And now this region is secured and very nice. It's also gonna be happy soon enough. So, I can actually harvest adamantium now. This is the thing that I forgot. So let's have a quick look. Which cities have adamantium? That's Expensive, Cat, and the Capo. Expensive, Cat, and Capo. So Capo is working on a settler. So I will get... Yeah, I need to get the settler first. That's very important. And then I will get another settler after that. Like so. So this is my long-term build order. So can I put anybody out of industry? No. This is why I kept everybody in industry, just in case something like this happens. So there was that. Expensive has adamantium. This one I might have to buy out, otherwise it will take for far too long. I'll keep the siege storage here. I'm tempted to buy it out, but I won't. What if I move a bit of population? Oh wow, that hurts. But it would allow me to grow a bit faster, so let's do it this way. And in Cat, however, Cat should have a much easier time once it's done with the right of way. And no, it actually doesn't. It really doesn't. So if I do it this way, I need this adamantium extractor ASAP like this. This would be good enough, I think. 4 turns. It's not ideal, and it does lower my growth like by a very big amount, but it's gonna be good enough, I guess. So anything else I need to do? Well, Underboss has finished its production, so I think this will be the city where I make my first dust refinery. It costs a lot of glass steel, thankfully I do have it, and it's gonna give me a lot of resources as well. It's not my most productive city, so it's gonna take a while to finish the construction. 3 turns, really not that bad, honestly. And once it's done, I'm gonna have so much dust. Even now I'm doing okay, but once winter comes, this dust will plummet. Without dust refineries, I'll be dead into the water, because I'll need to focus on dust production, which I really don't want to do. So there's that. I also really need to hire more heroes, so dust is super important for me. Anything else? Anything else? I don't think so. There are 2 armies that require orders. Can you merge? Yes, you should merge. I did gain meritocratic promotion, so that's all the movement you had. Let's end the turn, and I'll end the video cast as well. Ladies and gentlemen, it was PANCZASU, also known as the Mighty Mix Spammer. Thank you very much for watching. Next turn, we'll probably prepare to declare war on other mages. Next video, I mean. Maybe I may not declare war on them just yet, but I will make steps towards doing this. I'll prepare my army and talk about strategies to attack them. I will probably need, however, the help of Hunas. Maybe not though. I'll see what they can put up against me. I'll think about it. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you online.